It's Friday, September 4th, and this is now on HNN.
This is something that requires immediate action, and for the mayor not to do this just shows how out of touch he is.
A debate on the Big Island about whether restrictions in place for the Labor Day weekend go far enough to curb the spread of COVID-19. A one-on-one interview with the mayor coming up.
There's very little we know yet, I think, of totality of this coronavirus.
This as the embattled state epidemiologist Dr. Sarah Park takes a leave of absence.
From the very beginning, she has failed to take the necessary steps to address this global pandemic.
There we go. I think it could expedite checking bags and getting to your gate on time.
And new at noon, a look at the new technology rolling out in the skies to make air travel safe amid the pandemic. Coming up on This Is Now.
Good afternoon on this Aloha Friday. Thank you for watching This Is Now. I'm Jonathan, your director-producer, alongside Ashley. We got to begin today, like we do so many others, with those latest numbers from the State Department of Health.
Hey everyone, health officials say 2 more patients with COVID-19 have died, and Hawaii County is independently reporting another death as well. DOH says there are 271 new COVID-19 cases today. The breakdown by county shows 236 are on Oahu, 34 are on the Big Island, and 1 is on Maui. Meanwhile, all Big Island beaches and shoreline parks are closed today. That includes state parks like Hapuna Beach, Mackenzie State Recreation Area, and Kealakekua Bay State Historical Park. No tents, hibachis, or coolers are allowed, but people can still pass through the parks to use the beach and ocean for exercise and fishing. They can also use the showers and restrooms. The closure is set to last through September 18th. This morning, Jonathan talked to Mayor Kim, who says he would now consider further restrictions if things don't get better.
But we're a small town and a lot of things are taken very personal. I don't blame anyone in regards to thinking we should do this, do that. I need the confidence of people that is every measurement of action is taken very seriously on the impact. And not what is the quickest and best, easiest thing to do. And if this warrants a shutdown and the people I depend on for information decision making, opposed to that, it will be done.
Senator Kai Kahele had some harsh words for the mayor this morning on Sunrise about not shutting down Miloli'i Fishing Village, where there have been a number of cases.
I'm very concerned about the cluster right now. We haven't been able to definitively, through contact tracing, identify a case of COVID that came from, the event that they are talking about. But regardless, we know that there is a surge of COVID-19 cases in the Miloli'i Fishing Village. This is something that requires immediate action, and for the mayor not to do this just shows how out of touch he is with the Miloli'i Fishing Village and the residents of this island. This is a very, very isolated community, and we know that it wouldn't be that much for him to do that. And it's something that I really, really encourage him to do. We need to immediately test everyone in the village. We need to isolate the village ahead of the Labor Day weekend. We just know that COVID-19 has disproportionately affected Pacific Island communities, Native Hawaiian communities, it's for Mayor Kim not to do this is just another example of the systemic racism that exists throughout the Hawaiian Islands and the Pacific in regards to minority communities, and it's deeply troubling to me.
Kim says the county is taking action to help the village.
A special unit will go down, contracted by us, to go to Miloli'i. We've already made contact with the leaders of the community for their help, because it's a very small area for parking and everything else. Decision had to be made. It couldn't be all of Miloli'i. Miloli'i is for miles around. You know that. And to make a testing down there and say, come and get it, you think the interstate was crowded? We'll see what would have happened to Miloli'i if the hazard recreated. So that decision was made. Department of Health, in their Wisdom have said they will send out a team of nurses and different people, community people, to talk to people, prevention and education. On top of that, a clinic is going to be sent down there for testing for all the people in the village to come and take. The simplicity of just shutting them off, what does it really solve? I ask you again in your question because of the senator. I don't blame them for what they're saying. I know they have closeness to that place.
The last thing I wanted to talk about, there was a big shakeup in the Ige administration this week. We saw the director of health stepping down. Sarah Park announced that she was taking some leave yesterday, state epidemiologist, and also even the director of DPS retiring. What do you take of that? Is that a sign that things are going to change for the better, or are things getting out of control and worse at the state level?
I'll tell you what is our failure. Our means everybody. I think we always do that. We look for, blame. I don't know if that's cultural or not, but I don't like it. The blame is great, but what are the reasons to blame? Just to point fingers out? Sure, I don't like the way some people manage, and I guarantee you a lot of people don't like the way I manage. But when you identify people at fault and the answer is to kick them out, it resolves very little unless you are specific in regards to why, unless you're specific in regard to who you replace them with. And so that person is given all the assistance and information how to make it better. I know nothing of what happens on that level in regards to, I just found out this morning as I went to work, about Sarah Park. I didn't know about it till this morning. I think most people heard about it last night.
I guess the one thing from what I just heard from that answer, and no one wants to necessarily play the blame game, but you even said yourself you didn't hear about Sarah Park's departure until this morning. She's a state epidemiologist. So I would sort of expect, as a citizen, that there would have been some sort of communication from the state level to you guys at the county level about that. She has such an important position working with you. Has communication been adequate from the state level to the counties?
Your question is in regards to relationship with the state. They've given me the freedom. I think the governor has made established, if you want to establish programs or policies different from them, fine, submit it to us. And his words were, I will try to make sure that our response to you will be within 24 hours for that approval or disapproval or whatever comment. And that's a blanket statement, everybody knows that. So if you're to be blamed on something on a county level, it is on me, of what we do or don't do. I'm very proud of what I just told you. Look what I just told you on the county. Was there any restrictions imposed on me by the state government, whether it be Sarah Park or anybody else? The answer is no. What have we done? We went on contract with the clinics so we can have teams on our disposal. We meet with the Department of Health every single morning, 7 days a week since February. There was no restriction by Sarah Park or Dr. Bruce Anderson not to do this. As a matter of fact, there was even praise of us doing that. I cannot think of anything of restriction. Today, I will ask for more because I am not satisfied in regards to the veterans home. I want to know exactly more information so I know what we can do, if there's anything we can do. That does not say what they do is the best. I am saying I'm answering your question.
For more on the shakeup at the Department of Health, here's Chelsea Davis with details on Dr. Sarah Park's leave of absence.
Only Hawaii News Now was there when Dr. Sarah Park left work on Thursday afternoon. A car picked her up at the Department of Health's back entrance as it appeared she tried to dodge our camera. An hour later, this statement from DOH confirming her leave of absence.
from the very beginning, she has failed to take the necessary steps to address this global pandemic. It appears she never took it seriously. For whatever reason, she was unwilling to hire the number of contact tracers we knew we would need.
Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard has been one of the most vocal critics of the state's response to Oahu's COVID-19 surge. She says Dr. Park has created a catastrophe in terms of contact tracing. Last month, state lawmakers made an unannounced visit to the department to find investigators overwhelmed, overworked, and unable to follow up on most cases.
And the consequence of that is every single day lately, people here in Hawaii are losing their loved ones.
After that visit, the state hired Dr. Emily Robertson to take over contact tracing efforts. But after just 3 weeks, she too announced an extended leave of absence, citing concerns with the chain of command. Now, the state says Robertson's supervisor, Deputy Director Danette Wong Tomayasu, will be in charge of all disease investigations and immunization activities.
Dr. Park had a tough job. I'm not sure if anybody would really want to be in her situation because she had to deal with a crisis.
House Speaker Scott Saiki, another one of Park's vocal critics, is calling on the governor to appoint a leader the public can trust.
Why it's really important for the governor to take charge of the situation now. He needs to reset and put people in charge who will help correct all of the deficiencies.
Saiki and Gabbard say the new leader should have better communication with the public and have more overall transparency. Chelsea Davis, Hawaii News Now.
Problems persist at the state's unemployment office, with thousands still not seeing any jobless benefits months after the pandemic began. Casey Lund joins us with more on that struggle.
Well, since March 1st, the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations has paid out more than $3 billion in unemployment benefits, processing 183,000 claims. But there remains a backlog of 11,000 claims. Many of those numbers represent individuals and families that are getting desperate, struggling with what to do next. People like Sarah Allen, a public elementary teacher who had just landed a part-time job at Mililani Ike Elementary in the Literary Resource Center back in March. Now, when the pandemic forced the school to close, she was without a job. She was able to get some assistance from the PUA program, around $7,000, but in June that money was cut off without any explanation. She was told she now had to apply for regular unemployment. From that date, late in June, until now, she hasn't been able to contact the office about any of this. She finally got back to work when school started, but she's thousands of dollars behind in her bills.
I have no idea, honestly, how I'm going to eat or to buy my gas bills. I can't keep borrowing money from my parents, literally risking my health every day to come into work and just trying to teach our kids. And I can't even get a call back. I guess back pay would be nice, but at this point, I've kind of just given up on that and just want them to hear my story so they could hopefully change this for the future and for somebody else.
Another woman, Caroline Hernandez, started a party rental business with her husband back in 2015 and only works part-time to supplement that income. She was told she had to be denied regular unemployment benefits and apply for PUA, but because her claim was denied but remains active in the system, she's not able to do that.
I'm digging into my kids' savings. That's financially sad, you know? That's money that I'm saving towards my kids' college fund. Why do I have to do that? You know? This is something that they created for people who are small business owners, self-employed. I have to request to make payments on my rent. I have to request to make payments on my electricity. I'm a business owner. People are asking me for refunds. How do I refund people when I have no income? I'm just like, sorry, can you wait?
The DLIR claims that it has fixed problems within the mainframe and portal access and has hired 49 additional staffers and plans to hire 41 more. It's not clear how long it will take those employees to be onboarded into the department, and the question remains whether that will be sufficient to handle a new wave of unemployment claims as businesses continue to report losses and lay off employees. We'll also have to wait and see whether the department will actually be responsive to those new claimants, because as we've seen for months now, even when they had additional staff at the convention center, it didn't seem like many people were getting through. Reporting in downtown Honolulu, I'm Casey Lund for This Is Now.
A reminder for Oahu residents as we head into Labor Day weekend. Under the stay-at-home order, indoor and outdoor gatherings are prohibited. County and state beach parks are closed along with hiking trails. Ocean activities are still allowed. The Star Advertiser reports that Honolulu police will be enforcing the order over the weekend. HPD says it receives over 100 phone calls and dozens of emails daily to report violations. The stay-at-home order runs through Wednesday, September 9th. And speaking of Labor Day, air travel is down about 70% compared to last year. And those passengers that are still flying are seeing touchless technology rolling out across the country. Chris Van Cleve has more.
Before her flight from Chicago to Fort Myers, Abby Weber is checking a bag in a new way.
Onto the belt.
One Spirit hopes is a game changer that speeds up the process by 30% while reducing touch points and encouraging distance during the pandemic.
I think it's cool. I think it helps not having to talk to an agent.
It works by using technology instead of people to verify a traveler's identity when checking bags.
There we go. I think it could expedite checking bags and getting to your gate on time.
The first-in-the-nation kiosks are now operating at O'Hare and New York's LaGuardia Airport. They validate your ID and use biometrics to compare that picture with one taken on the spot.
What happens to those pictures after I am finished?
It will go through the recognition here. It will do the validation and the match here, and then it will evaporate.
At O'Hare alone, the optional system could eliminate 600 daily interactions between flyers and employees.
Comfort is important to people, and that changes as a result of the coronavirus. And so less interaction can be valued more.
79% of business flyers and nearly three-quarters of leisure travelers say it's important airlines and airports maximize the use of touchless, contactless technology. Travel analyst Henry Hartevelt.
If they can check out of a store or supermarket using touchless technology, they want that at the airport and on the airplane.
ID right in there, please.
At Washington's Reagan National, the TSA began testing similar technology at a checkpoint this week. The passenger puts their ID in the scanner. That photo is compared to one taken by this camera. The TSA officer monitoring the process stays behind plexiglass. And LAX is the first in the U.S. to try check-in kiosks where you can use your smartphone as a mouse so you never have to touch the screen. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Chicago.
That smartphone as a mouse is a really good idea because I'm thinking of the grocery store. I always use my tap
Apple
on my
Pay?
iPhone. Yeah, Apple Pay, but then I have to put in my PIN. I have to touch it still.
Right.
So if I had that mouse capability, maybe that would help. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just my little Andy Rooney rant there. Sorry. All right, we're going to take you outside now on this Aloha Friday, people.
Woo-hoo!
Labor Day weekend, a very different one, but we all still want to know what the weather's like, right? Here's Guy Hoggy.
How's it on this Aloha Friday? We have a really nice weather, but it's going to be another humid day today because the winds will run light. Rainfall is going to be pretty skimpy today. If anything, we might get a few overnight windward and Mauka showers, but those showers, if they do fall, will be of the light variety. A few more showers are expected between Sunday and Monday. Other than that, you can see the long stretch of fairly dry weather with the temperatures approaching 90 degrees. So you can see how dry it is out there. Even the normally damp windward sides aren't seeing much rain right now. And the wind speeds are going to run soft today, picking up speed by tomorrow. But for today, maybe a little windier over in Maui County. And of course, the winds will be slower down towards Kailua Kona. No matter where you are across state, it's going to be warm today. Make no mistake about it. Leeward sides especially, according to the National Weather Service, could hit 93 both on Oahu and over in Maui County. A little bit cooler over in Kauai at 88. Now, as far as the surf, it's looking up, especially this weekend. Not so much today, but this weekend. 2 to 4, the current swell on the South Shore is on the way down, but another swell will be picking up later today through tomorrow, below advisory levels, but maybe some head high with some pluses at the better spots. East Shore is going to be even bigger. As those trade winds kick in tomorrow, we'll see maybe even high surf advisory levels. It could be that windy, 15 to 20 miles an hour. So again, the winds will pick up by tomorrow. We could see a few more showers between Sunday and Monday. Otherwise, we're in for a long stretch of the best weather on the planet. Keep it here on Hawaii News Now. We'll have all your severe weather updates.
I was joking if anyone still remembers who Andy Rooney is. Well, here's the next story that will make you feel old as well. Because Super Mario is having a big birthday. Guess how old he is?
60 something.
No. Oh, wow. You aged that poor man. 35.
Oh.
Yeah. And Nintendo is celebrating this young man's birthday with a new game that turns your home into a real-life racetrack.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit uses Nintendo Switch system to drive real-life karts around your home. Players just need to set up the gates and create a custom course layout. That's all you have to do. It sounds easy, right? I bet it would be hard for me. The cart responds to boost in the game and in the real world, and even stops when something hits it or it hits something. You can unlock costumes and different customizations for the players. It all launches October 16th. I don't know if that's his actual birthday or just when they're launching the game to celebrate. And it costs under $100.
I don't know why I said 60. I mean, we're not.
Yeah. He might have been around before that. And I think, I don't know, are they counting the game? Because he was in Donkey Kong 2, which would have been in the 70s. So you can look at it several ways.
Yeah. Well, this is what I found. Burger King is adapting amid the pandemic. They're building triple drive-thrus, burger pickup lockers, and takeout counters. Now, the chain revealed their 2 new restaurant designs. They plan to build prototypes in Miami, Latin America, and the Caribbean.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, triple drive-thrus.
And my stomach is growling.
Yep, and speaking of fast food, this story is actually really controversial. So Taco Bell is saying adios to some menu items, including the Mexican pizza. Now, the fast food chain is also eliminating pico de gallo and shredded chicken. The restaurant says it's making room for new innovation like a tropical ice drink, that doesn't sound as good, and a chicken chipotle melt. That sounds pretty good. Last month, Taco Bell got rid of several items, including the 7-layer burrito, the Nacho Supreme, and the beefy Fritos burrito.
Ooh.
This was an effort to be more efficient during the pandemic. Now, the Mexican pizza goes away on November 5th. So, Jonathan, you have a couple months.
And I will definitely check that out. All right, let's turn it over to Jim Mendoza now, who has a story of a senior center that's adapting to the pandemic.
And inhale, circle arms up.
Through an online hookup in his home, fitness instructor Daniel Gittleman leads a low-impact workout. He's one of the instructors with Lanakila Multipurpose Senior Center. He's connecting with his class through the computer.
Everyone that has their camera on, I get to see them, correct them, say hello, and it's almost like being in person.
Because of the pandemic, the center's temporarily closed its in-person classes that could average up to 800 seniors a month.
We started to have calls from our instructors saying, can we go online?
Lanakila moved a lot of activities to the virtual world, like this cooking class, and this one that teaches American Sign Language.
I love it. I look forward to it.
Linda Oka misses her hula group, but says Zoom is pretty close to being there.
But then, with the Tai Chi class, if at both classes, we get a chance to talk to the other people, before class starts, so you get to socialize a bit.
Program Director Susie Chun Oakland says 200 senior citizens are now plugging in.
One of our older members, she's 94 and is totally tech savvy now on Zoom.
Gittleman's happy his senior students are staying in touch.
We're all exercising, moving together, flexing our muscles at the same time, stretching the muscles at other times.
Since the Zoom classes kicked off, Lanakila has gained some new members.
We just want people to enjoy themselves, get a lot of good exercise, and then learn new things.
There's no charge to join. If you're 60 or older and you want to sign up, call Lanakila Senior Center at 847-1322. Jim Mendoza, Hawaii News Now.
And that's going to do it for This Is Now on this Aloha Friday, guys. If you have nothing to do on Monday, tune in to our new show, the First at 4. We're launching on Monday, September 7th, 4 o'clock. And we're also doing our soft launch on digital today. So if you're around at 4 o'clock, tune into Facebook and all of HNN's digital platforms and check us out. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.